When you go to buy a car, what do you really want? You probably want a lot of cars to choose from. And you want the dealership's best price. Not some starting price or target price, the best price. And you want it immediately, not after hours of negotiating. And you want a salesperson who doesn't get paid more if you spend more. Because, well, you don't want to spend more. Well, you're in luck. John Elway wants all of those things too. Better yet, John Elway wants you to have all of those things too. Come see us or click on elwaydealers.com.
We are Les and Woody. I will ask you a question about this. I'm going to talk to Dick Monfort as soon as I can and ask him if he's such a big Rockies fan, why doesn't he and his brother sell this to someone who's willing to have a payroll of $150 million, a Mark Cuban type?
Because he's a Rockies fan who likes making money. That's why. And he's making a lot of money with this club.
Well, if you sold it for $600...
And what's he going to do? What's he going to do? They don't have the meat packing anymore. Then he won't have a baseball team. Who the hell would hire him to do anything?
Well, they're not going to hire. Why would he? He wouldn't have to be hired.
No, I'm kidding.
He's on the board. He's on the board of governors of the University of Northern Colorado.
He can run Macaroni Grill.
But the other thing is, he owns a Hyatt in Palm Springs.
Is he still in the steakhouse with Brett Favre?
Yeah. In Green Bay. There are a lot of things he could do with his life. And you brought up something that's interesting. The Monforts are going to tell me they don't want to sell their company, the Colorado Rockies. Well, the family sold the family company.
Yeah.
Which was
Monfort. But he didn't sell it.
He was involved in that. He got the proceeds from that. They sold it to ConAgra. So why would they sell it to ConAgra? Well, because his father didn't want to be involved anymore, but they made a ton of money. They made a lot more money than they have a lot more money than even I thought. And I've done extensive research on that. Their stock has been worth a lot of money over the years with ConAgra because they traded stock.
Well, plus the ball club is worth so much more these days.
Sure, it's worth, he told me, when I approached him, he said Forbes magazine said it's worth close to $680 million. And that's what the Padres and the Houston Astros, I want to call them Colt 45s. That's a number that he said. We feel like, quote, I'm quoting him, we feel like we're in that ballpark, no pun intended. But so it's worth close to $700 million. Why not, if you're such a big fan of Colorado and the Rockies, and you heard Patrick say earlier they're going to approach $100 million this year. They were going to approach $100 million last year. They never got close to that. They stayed as far away from $100 million last year. But he told me, because they were like $87 or $90 million, they're not going to be $100 million this year. They'll be around probably 92 or 93. I'll be curious to see it when they establish the final roster. I think you approach him quietly like I am and saying, you know, for the good of Colorado, for the good of the Colorado Rockies, you and your brother are big fans of
Woody, he doesn't think that way. He doesn't think that's for the good. He thinks what he's doing is for the good of the Colorado Rockies and Rockies fans.
That's what I think.
He's delusional. He's delusional.
Okay.
He's not just a fan. He's a fan who's making a lot of money by owning it, and he gets the ego kick out of it, and he wants to pass it on to his family. Okay. That's what he wants. And I know you were asking.
I'm a solutions-oriented person.
I know
but I was thinking about that coming in today. Okay, enough about the Rockies.
And that discussion brought to you by John Elway Chevrolet.